go live. I want to be live. I only know when he began to dance with me. Hey, Elaine Marolakos Edelson. I'll make sure not to cut my head off like my husband says. Welcome, Astrology Mojo. I want to help you get your mojo back. This is transformational astrology. So we do a little bit of work, have a little bit of fun, a little bit of realization. Hey, Kate, glad you could make it. We are in a new moon energy. Woo! Wendy's here. And this new moon energy, and I've talked about in previous talks about the moon phases. So you can go back and listen to those. What we have, this is a really special kind of thing. We have a full moon, new moon in Pisces, so it's completely dark. You're in the nebula. And a Mercury retrograde in Pisces, so, you're realizing what you want, what you don't want, and what comes up for you. And then we have a sun in Pisces. And so this configuration of Pisces is helping you to realize your timing. Remember, astrology is just like a clock. Here, wait. There we go. Wait, can you see that? Astrology is like my watch. It just tells you what time it is. And, Christine, it is time for you to be here. Okay. So, I should probably put my glasses on so I can actually see. Hey, Elaine, happy new moon. It's been great so far. Hooray. So the new moon is really terrific for helping you to establish the beginning of something. Full moon basically is for closure. A new moon is let's plant a seed. And that seed in a Pisces retrograde, that seed in a Pisces new moon is based on your dreams. Now, we can be talking about your actual dreams that you dream at night, or we can be talking about the dream that you've had for many years or many months. To be who you are, to progress, to actualize something. So what would you like it to be? First of all, hey, let me know who else is here. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for being here. And so what do we have? What birthdays do we have? I have to clean my glasses. Because speaking of Pisces, vision, ideal vision, also deals with sight. So if you're having a little bit of trouble with your sight, now might be the time to research what kind of doctor you need. Ophthalmologist, optometrist, like that. Okay. So now, what kind of dreams are we having? Sleep dreams, waking dreams? Some people, hi, Kathleen. We have a Cancer. Oh, I love your little emoji con, whatever they're called. Elizabeth is a Pisces. Kate, I don't remember. Are you a Virgo? I don't know why I think that. And Christine, of course, I don't remember. It's funny. I will have people in programs, and unless I am familiar with them a lot, I don't remember what sign they are. Or what's funnier is that sometimes I will only remember people's signs, and I won't forget and I won't remember their names. So we have a Libra. Hello, Libra. Nice to see ya. Okay, so let's talk about some of your dreams. Oh, Sag. Sorry, Chris. Sorry. Okay, so we have a Sag and a Pisces. And who else is here? Please come by and say hello to me. I am undergoing a huge transformation. I'm having a Saturn return. For those who are under any kind of a Saturn cycle will relate to this. And if you're familiar with astrology, a Saturn return is when, and remember the planet, folks, if you are new to me, please write this down. I will say this forever. The planets don't make you do anything. We live in a cooperation with the cosmos. When the planets make a move, you feel it. When you make a move, the planets are reflecting that in the heavens. Okay? So this cooperation, it's like, again, a clock. And astrology tells you what time it is. Now, the sun and the moon, however, are not planets. And they do have a little bit more direct effect on the water in your body, the sunlight, on the earth, the weather patterns. So it's a little bit different. And so with the I keep wanting to say full, with the new moon in Pisces, you have to go into the dark. You have to go into the nebula. You need to go into your sleep dreams. And some people will opt for hallucinogenics, alcohol, extra sugar, carbs, their drug of choice, nicotine. I want you to refrain from this kind of thing, unless you're in actual physical pain and you need medication. Neptune is the planet that guides Pisces, and this is for everyone. So what that represents is denial on one end, addiction and illusion, or it represents the ideal vision and grabbing that dream out of the clouds and literally making it something that is so, taking it from amorphous and grounding it in a reality. So and we have a Scorpio here, which you're great at grounding things in reality. I'm a Taurus under a Saturn cycle. And so it's so obvious. It's like something clicked into place during this Saturn return for me. And I'm not wasting any more time. That's it. Not that I was wasting time, but I was kind of spending time, la, la, la. Let me do this. I'll do that. Now it's no. Okay, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I will do that and that, but no. Mm-mm. And so this kind of stop sign that comes around with a Saturn cycle, I went off on a tangent, which is so obvious and so predictable. With all this Pisces energy, it's like, as my husband says, going off to grandma's house. You just start with one topic and then, next thing you know, 90 minutes in, you're talking about something that is so unrelated. But I want to talk about your dreams. What are your dreams? Scorpio, Libra, Sag, Pisces. Who else? What? What are your dreams? What do you want? What would you like to create? I am working on revising my historical fiction novels and becoming a better author. That's one of my dreams. I'm also working on programs to help you. Astrology Masterclass, another intuitive training program. So as I work on these things, I have to go with what I'm feeling too at the time. And especially, what do we have? That I can see on the thread, we're women. Right. And so women have a much easier time, although I don't want to exclude men. There are a lot of men, including my husband, who are very intuitive and they know when something's not right for them. But are you doing something in your life right now that it's part of the denial. It's part of the illusion. It's not helping you. It's not helping you to move to that place that you really want to get to. And what is that place? I have to close this curtain because it looks like the sun is coming out. We were going to have a storm. Anyway, so what do you want? What would you like? How can I help you? We also have a Capricorn. You are no stranger to work and hard work, right? And crazy vivid dreams, right? Me too. Okay. Can I see you? I see you. I see you. What? Avatar, what is that? I see you. I'm just going to take a sip. Hang on. I made this cup a couple of years ago for my family, and I just got lipstick on it. But I hired a cartoonist because our daughter loves cartoons, and she's in animation and illustration and visual development for film. And she, at the time, was and still is, really into Bob's Burgers. And so I hired a cartoonist to recreate a picture of our family. And we gave fake bogus names. And so in the style of Bob's Burger. So there's Aaliyah. Oopsie, backwards. And there's me and Dean. And one day when my family was walking into the room, I said, "Hey, Sonny, where's June?" And they looked at me and I said, "I don't know where that came from." So I put that on the cup. Sunny Claude in June. I'm the Claude. Sunny was my husband. I don't know where that came from. So what are your dreams? I'm planning on a brand new midlife career change starting school in May. All right. So any steps that you can take toward this career change, which means not just doing things, looking forward to, but turn around, look at your files, look at your closets. What are things that no longer represent you? It's time to clean things out. Because when you make space in your mind and in your body and in your kitchen drawers, in your closets, when you make space, what happens is the universe comes in with a platter and says, weren't you wanting this? And you say, oh yeah. But if you've got clutter, if you've got confusion, if you've got congestion, there is less flow. I've been working with a Limp Star Pro expert, physical therapist, to help heal parts of my body that have been in some trauma, and also part of my Saturn return. And I'm feeling great. It's just we're exercising the lymph nodes. And so I think it's really important that you too, as women, and guys too, if you're here on the this call, great, that you move your body in ways that also help you to release the toxins, not just doing a cleanse every 3 months, but that can be very helpful, but to tiny, small, little things that you can do, like Wendy's planning on a brand new midlife career. Great. So before you move forward, let's clean out the old. Christine says, my Aries sun took me out for breakfast. Wow, what's up with that? Maybe you're starting to allow more? Wouldn't that be nice? Are you allowing more? So that someone can show you appreciation instead of you doing all the work? Big question mark, right? So we're going to talk about dreams and how to remember your dreams in a little bit, but I just wanted to, because we are in a moon void actually right now, and in a new moon, and in all this Pisces stuff in the retrograde, I can feel myself wanting to go. Like I could go for 2 hours. Oh, who wants to talk? What do you want to talk about? But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I have a book to edit. And you've got stuff to do. But I so appreciate that you are here. Leanne Lulu, it is 3:30 and I will have to watch the replay. Okay, thanks for stopping by. And the replay will be there for you. Let's see. Wait a minute. I have some more comments. Very intense dreams. Yeah, me too. And sometimes we can't make sense of them. And I might as well start talking about, I'm starting a new business. Great. Vicky, is this the business overseas for the young entrepreneur? That would be awesome. Do you give psychic readings or predictions? I do. And it's not just psychic readings. I am an intuitive, clairvoyant, empathic astrologer. So transformational astrology is what I do. I don't just tell you what I see. I tell you what you're creating and how you can stop it and redirect. So you can click on the blue Book Now button. I am offering this entire month. We've got Saturn and Pluto representing your structure, your architecture, and your purging of the old to start something new, to set a new structure about your dreams coming true. And that's an entire hour with me. So click on the blue Book Now button. Now, Dean would be posting a link, but he's actually engaged otherwise. And so I'm so sorry to hear that your body is in trauma. So you want to take care a little bit at a time of what's going on. What do you need? So you ask yourself in the morning, what do I need? Now, if you're someone who goes right for the caffeine or any other stimulant, and listen, everybody, you wake up dehydrated. You just do. You pee it out in the morning. You got to replace it. Dehydration is one of the worst things that can happen to a person, and they don't even realize that they're dehydrated, right? And I'm not saying go overboard and drink 3 gallons of water. And I don't know about the recommended eight glasses a day. That depends on your body. Now, if you drink demineralized water or distilled water, you're leaching minerals from your body. You need to replace that. Some people do that as a detox method. I don't recommend it. So you want to think about, what is your body undergoing? What parts of your body are talking to you? This is where you need to really get clear and get present with making the dream a reality, right? So dreams plus possibilities equals your reality. What would you like your reality to look like? And that's right, Christine. So this is how, I'm going to read Christine's comment in a second. This is how it works in a metaphysical world, especially when there's a lot of Pisces energy around, because it means your timing is such that your subconscious and unconscious self is opening. And so your fears come up alongside your vision. Your past traumas come up alongside your will and urge to purge. Are you ready to let things go? A little at a time. So if your body's hurting, if your mind is clogged, you have to take care of your biology, right? It don't really make sense. So cut out the things that are depleting you, sabotaging you, numbing you. So when Christine says, yes, you clean out the closet, then your son, out of the blue, invites you out to breakfast. And out of the blue is all shades of your unconscious self. So I'm going to see if I could take a screenshot of my desktop, because it's ideal for what we're talking about. Now, if anybody has Mojave on a Macintosh, you already know what this looks like. So let me see if I can do this. Let me see. Does that? No, I don't think I can. Anyway, I'll do it for the next time. And I had to move all my screens around. Okay, I'm back. More comments. So Elizabeth says, apartment redo, new paint in process, ta-da, and ready to complete my book in process for so many years. Thank goodness. Thank you. From one author to another. Yay, right? Aren't we so excited when we finally get something done instead of working on it? Okay, I have a series called Sign of the Times. One soul's epic journey through 12 lifetimes. And I am still on book 2. I better get moving, right? So I'm excited for you, Elizabeth. Yeah, see the end, because the end is never the end, right? We know this. The end is never the end. There's a marketing expert guru. His name is Dan Kennedy. And what he says is sometimes enough is enough, and wait, that's not what he says. Sometimes good is good enough. So just get it out there. And that's what I did. I took that philosophy when I wrote my first historical fiction, and I cringe now when I think about the book that went out to Amazon, which actually made bestsellers list. I don't know why. And I'm downing myself. I shouldn't do that. But I just put it out there to see, well, I wanted to know that I could finish a book and follow the steps and get it out there. Because I had been wanting to write a book since I was a child. So I finally did it 9 years ago, I think it was. And I got it out there and I did it. And then stuff happened. I took it back down and re-edited it and decided to create an entire series. So I've got all these books about to be written and created. And I better get a move on. I'm going to be 59 pretty soon. Okay, what do we have? Tabitha, fixing up my house to sell and buy 100-year-old house of my dreams. Oh, the dream come true. I'm so happy for you. I really am. Blessings. Wait. La magic zap. I'm so happy. Kara, April 11th. Okay, so you know what? Let me do a little gift for everybody. I have to get a piece of paper. So we have 4/11. Okay, so Kara, you are in a 9-year. So this is really important that you clean out the closets, that you take care of your body, your mind, your behaviors, you alter things. And as you do, you let go of what no longer belongs. What else do we have? Somebody else gave me their birthday. Let me do that real quick. Oh, so Wendy has Command plus Shift plus 4. On my desktop? I'm going to try that. Okay, hang on. Blah, blah, blah. Who else gave me their birthday? La, la, la. I'm going back to the beginning. January 10th. So that's 1. Who was that? Oh, Vicky. Okay. 1, 10, 2. Oh, 5-year. Really fun. Travel, new business, meeting new people, possible romance. Oh, very exciting. Who else do we have? We did January 10th, October 8th. Sometimes I have to count and numbers and symbols and letters, they all look the same to me. So October 9, 10, 8, 3-year. Very interesting for you, Wendy, because it's all about communication, but the inner communication and learning and getting ready to move forward. But you got to watch out for the judgments and alter your behavior through your belief system, okay? So if you believe that it is going to be that and it's not, well, you got to change something. Okay, makes sense. But a 3-year is really fun because you go through there's a lot of paperwork and communication and stuff involved, but you learn something really powerful in a 3-year. What else do we have? October 20th. So that's 10 is a 1. 6-year for Tonya. And you know what? A 6-year for you, Tonya, is about really creating a sense of family and community, which means not being the constant doer, but also allowing people to give back to you. So creating community and or family, and you could have family, but if they're not sharing with you and you're not sharing with them, or it's lopsided, then it's important that you create, and I'm not looking at your chart because I don't have your chart, or I'm not doing an actual reading, but this is a little bit of numerology, that if your body is in a lot of trauma and stress, a lot of times different parts of your body will represent the thing. So if it's your breasts, it could be about mother nurturing and control. If it's your arms, it's about carrying joy or carrying too many people and their burdens. So you want to think about what's going on with your body in relationship to family and community. Okay, Kathleen, 716. So that's a double 7. That's a 14. That's a 5. Ooh, big business year. So it's time to understand what money's all about and what it means to you and how to share it. Not just money, but abundance. And to go big or build a new home. You can go home, but if you've been home and things aren't changing in an 8-year, you got to go a little bigger. And that also applies to becoming aware of what your potential is. So the blue button, you can click it. I'm only doing a couple of more readings this month because I've got my agenda already set and scheduled. And that reading that I have is really about helping you to literally get over yourself in a nice way and helping you to get clear for what you're ready. For what are you ready? For what are you ready? I don't know. So Jesse Francis, 418. Let me just do a little math. Not my happy place, but 418. No, 7-year, dear. 7-year. You don't count the year you were born, just the month and the date. So 7 years harder. You got to go within. This month of March for you, Jesse Francis, is going to feel like your entire year. So it will be the nebula. It will be the place where you have to decide, what do I need to let go of? Sometimes in 7 and 9 years, people pass away, and it can startle you, or it makes you sad, but then it makes you realize, well, there's something more, there's something greater, and I need to know what that is, and am I connected to it? So think about that, okay? And let go of your stuff. Lynn Torres, hi. Let's see, 111, and you just went through I hope your reading was beneficial for you, because we talked about the solar eclipse, I'm pretty sure, in your reading, Lynn. So 111, 6-year. That's a 6-year for you. So it is family and community and finding a new place to call home in your community, or to create a community, whether that means a new job, volunteering, feeling comfortable with your new role and what you want to do and create now. More people. So Yvonne, hi. 622. 4, roll up your sleeves, Yvonne. You got to get to work. It's time to figure out what you really want to be doing and how, and to let go of sometimes you have to work hard to get to that next plateau. But if you're wasting and spinning your wheels, wasting your energy and spinning your wheels, then you got to find a more creative solution. And that means to delegate, ask for help. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Right? All right, I'm just looking at the thread. Lynn wrote in all caps, yes, it was. I don't know what I just said for you to say that because they were on a 10-second delay, but great. Whatever it was. Yes, it was. Okay, folks, you know what? It's so funny because, part of my gig on Earth is to help bring people toward their awareness. It's not just, and he said and she said, and I can't do it. And okay. I used to be the biggest whiner of all time. Me, whiner, and she didn't like me. And, my mother, and then, as I said, I'm pushing 59 very soon. You don't have time at certain stages of your life. And we're going to talk about the dream stages right now, right after this. You don't have time for certain stages in your life to continue getting narrow focused on something that no longer applies to you, your growth, your awareness, and why you came to this earth. Why are you here if not to be the most, best, biggest possible you? Okay, now let's think about your dreams, people. Your dreams. If you want to remember your sleeping dreams better, it's important that you set up a pattern. Sometimes people say, oh yeah, I don't dream, or I never remember my dreams. Okay, well, you do dream. You're in up to 5 stages of REM every night. Rapid eye movement indicates that you are looking at something. That's the easiest way to put it. You're looking at something. And dreams sometimes are a combination of what your psyche has filtered out through the day, the weeks, the months. You read a thing in an article or you watch a movie and it has an emotional impact and you dream about that in a weird kind of way and you wake up and go, yeah, it's because I saw that movie, I had that dream. Well, no, correction. Because you saw that movie, it triggered something about your life because you related to something in that movie. So your psyche took it further and said, what traumatized you about that movie? The brain doesn't know what is real or imagined. So if you're watching a movie and it's a traumatic thing or a scary thing or a jolting thing or a sad thing, it's going to touch on some part of you that has a memory of those verbs, adjectives, nouns, pronouns. Okay? So when you start to dream and you remember your dreams, and I've also done talks on this as well, when you start to dream and remember your dreams, you get into a pattern and a habit of doing a couple of things. Now, that is no stimulants after 6 p.m. And that includes alcohol, nicotine, sugar, carbs. And I'm talking grain carbs like cookies, crackers, pasta, bread. All that stuff is going to make your biology go a little bit more focused on, I have to go to the bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning, which you could wake up and remember a dream, but that's not consistency and that's not really healthy. So turn off technology at least 90 minutes before you go to bed, at least an hour. Okay. And going to bed by 10 p.m. is going to help you set up a pattern of relaxing your adrenals and relaxing your adrenals, right? And as I'm talking, I'm thinking of setting up an environment in your bedroom that is peaceful. There's no technology. You're not watching TV. You're not playing on your phone. There's no video games. If you are using technology, please use a blue filter. And they have that now on phones and on Kindle Fires and tablets, etc. But, keep the technology out of the room. If you want to start training yourself to remember your dreams, here's what you do. Because you go through 5 REM cycles a night, it usually begins about 90 minutes after you fall asleep. So let's say you're in bed by 10-ish, we hope. By 10:30, you're snoozing. Now, if you have trouble, there's melatonin you can take. There's L-theanine, the chewable kind that just melt it on your tongue. Don't chew it. Don't swallow pills. Just melt the stuff in your mouth. And as you start to relax, as you're falling asleep, you're going to be cognizant of being aware of falling asleep. That's one of the first steps. I'm now falling asleep, and I now will remember my dreams. Now you'll have up to, 5 times the dream state. You may not always remember all the dreams, but you'll remember the ones closest to waking in the middle of the night or in the morning when you get up. So set the environment for relaxation. Do a little meditation, a little prayer, a little journaling about, this is what I did today, paragraph, and then I choose to solve this problem and focus on one issue. Or maybe it's not an issue. Maybe it's, I want to fly in my dreams. I want to fly. Or I want to experience something magical. I would like to connect to a past life or to someone who has passed on. So it can be that, but write about it in a little paragraph before you go to bed. Keep a dream journal next to your bed, and then you fall asleep. If you need the melatonin, you need the L-theanine, the chewable kind that just melts on your tongue, but Now brand is the one that I get. There might be others. And great. And that's what you do. Now, about 90 minutes after you fall asleep, you're in your first REM stage, rapid eye movement. You're moving into that place of the delta wave. And that means your biology is relaxing, but your awareness is expanding. And where's it going? Sometimes you just kind of float and hover in your own room. It's like that dream state, right? It's like, ooh, anything can happen. And then 90 minutes after that. Now, most dreams will last about 10 minutes-ish. This is all scientific study. About 10 minutes-ish. And then you go through a deep sleep phase, and then you go back 90 minutes later into another REM stage, and now up to 10 minutes, maybe 15 tops. Your second and third stages of REM will repeat. Now, if you do wake up in the middle of the night because you have the luxury of sleeping in the morning, then and you are dreaming and you're cognizant of pulling in information or people or faces or things, before you jump to my reality, I got to go pee, I have to go get a drink of water, I got to shift the blankets, I'm too cold, turn off the heat, whatever. Just stay in the same position. And this is the same. This stands true for when you wake up in the morning after your 4th or 5th dream stage. When you wake up and you open your eyes, don't move. Close your eyes. Look at your dream. Open your eyes. Look at the same thing. The couch, the chair, the edge of the bed, the corner of the pillow. Look at the same thing. Close your eyes. You're thinking about your dream. You open your eyes. You look at the same thing. Don't move your body. Don't stretch. Don't roll over. Because as soon as you do, you will snap out of your dream and move into, I gotta get ready. I have things to do, So the bridge between realities, because it's all a reality. What is real to you? It's a medieval Latin term, I believe, that originated in the 1500s or the 1600s. And it had to do with what people believed was happening at the time. This is real. This is real. But now we have the luxury of using metaphysics and information and technology to measure our dreams, to move into those dream states, to gather information from dreams from people who have passed on. Have you ever had a conversation with someone who's passed on in your dream and they remind you to wake up and do something or take care of yourself? Or my cousin Mary once dreamed that our, it was her grandmother and my great aunt, I think. Yeah, my grandmother's sister gave her lottery numbers when she needed some cash. I was like, hey, I didn't get those numbers. I didn't get those numbers. How come you did? But she got some lottery and she played them and she won. And so things like that can happen, right? So pay attention to what comes in your dreams. Now, remember, you set the stage at night and you relax yourself, and you got to get psyched for this. This is so metaphysical, but yet so physical, right? This is the dream plus possibilities equals your reality. How would you like to make a dream a reality? Now, an actual dream during the day, when you say, oh, I have a dream of being I don't know, a soccer coach for kids. Okay, great. So then you follow the steps that it takes to get you there. Same thing with a sleeping dream. You follow the steps that it takes to get you there, but there's a little bit of a bridge so that you can pull it back and remember and write down anything you can glean. You know, it could just be a wisp of hair, or it rained, or there was a watch, or there was the color blue, and you write it down in your journal. And throughout the day, you come back and think about what you just dreamt, either one. And little things during the day will trigger and poke at you, and you go, oh, I want you to remember the first thing you saw when you woke up. You closed your eyes. You looked at something, you didn't move your body, you looked at something, you closed your eyes. And there it was, the dream. And then you opened your eyes. Then you closed your eyes, but you didn't move, the dream. And you start to think about the dream. You can even say it aloud. I remember saying a few talks ago, I talked about dreaming about a very specific color green frog. And I woke up and I wanted to remember this. It was more like a vision that I had. So I wanted to remember this because I knew it was important for me. And so I said, I opened my eyes and I just said, green frog. And then I closed my eyes. And then I opened my eyes. And I have a Maxfield Parrish. I love the artist Maxfield Parrish. And so I have a Maxfield Parrish painting in my bedroom. And it's so serene and so profound for me that that's what I look at if I'm facing in that direction when I wake up. And I close my eyes, I look at that, I close my eyes, I look at that, and I start naming things from my dream. Frog, malachite, because it was the color green, just like malachite. And so then I remember words, and I write them down, and as I go through my day, suddenly the dream comes into full-blown epic proportion. This happened, that happened, I spoke to this person, blah, 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 blah. And then, so I've trained myself to do that. If you're just starting with dreams, I want you to use... Oh, Wendy says, I use the Insight Timer app for sleep music. Works perfect for this. It's free, hundreds of choices. Great. And you can do that. Now, some people say wake yourself up, like set an alarm and wake yourself up at 2 o'clock in the morning and then at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then it's like, but if you have to get to work or if you have kids, or you're not feeling well, do not move into sleep deprivation just to figure out what your dreams are. Just please be aware of that. But if you do wake up in the middle of the night, and you have to get a drink of water, or you're too cold, adjust the sheets, whatever it is, go to the bathroom, open your dream journal, and remember, before you move, before you get out of bed, stay in the same position. Open your eyes, close your eyes. What was it? The Buddhists would say in, I forget which tome it was, or prayer, Bhagavad Gita, no, I forget which one, but it is when Buddha opens his eyes, the world comes into being. And then Buddha closes his eyes and the world goes out of being. And then Buddha opens his eyes and the world comes into being. So that's the same as a dream. So when you open your eyes, you don't move, and you close your eyes, think about your dream. You're going to pull it through your channel. Okay, everybody has a channel. Some people have just tiny straws over their head, just really tiny little bit open. But that's your awareness. You want to open it and be fully aware. And then when you write down your dream, remember, please shy from dream dictionaries. You have your own psyche dream dictionary. Write it down and ask yourself, as if you're having a conversation between two people, an alien who's just come to this world, and they say to you, oh, you dreamed about a brown shoe. What's a shoe? And you write, well, a shoe is da-da-da, but that shoe that I dreamed about is da-da-da-da. And you're going to start to divine your own clues as to what you just dreamed about, okay? So keep that in mind. You named your son Max after Maxfield Parrish. I named my cat. I had a cat once. I named him Maxfield a long time ago. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? Are we doing great? Yay, hooray. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. I'm going to pull a happy card for people, for everybody. Combo deal. Oh, yeah. So, hang on. This is what I put on the back of the cup. WTF? We are. We're the fun. Because we have a lot of fun in our house. As you can well imagine, Oh, last night we saw The Favorite. Well, okay, Yorgos is a director. I love his vision, but I don't care for his style of filmmaking, but yet I loved the movie. Sometimes the wide angles and narrow, it just made me a little dizzy, but the actresses were phenomenal. The story, we just burst out laughing at times. It was such a farce at the same time and very real. So to have three women be all the leads, it was fantastic. So we really enjoyed that. So, because we're in a new moon, Pisces, Mercury retrograde, Pisces. Think about, and also the sun in Pisces. Think about watching movies to help you dream bigger about the thing you want to create, the world in which you want to transform, and to become more of you and who you came here to be on this earth. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for everyone. And this one is jumping out at me. Authenticity. Woohoo. Authenticity, people. Are you real? Are you real? Is it real for you? What's your reality? And being authentic means, not being an illusion, not lying to yourself or to others. And I don't mean malicious lies. I don't believe any of you here would lie maliciously. But sometimes we sugarcoat things, or we tell ourselves, oh yeah, and we create a false assuredness that's really not going to help us. So be more empathetic with yourself and others, kinder, more aware of what you'd like to create. Click on the blue button and we can spend some time together and really get in there. And I go to all places: past lives, current situation, breaking the ties to the sabotage parts of you, and to help you move forward. And the reading information will last a good 6 months to a year. So think about that. All right, folks, I will be back. Actually, I usually write down when I'm coming back. I didn't. So I will be back on Monday, the 11th. Now, even though this is date specific, we are talking about things that are evergreen. So, if you listen to this 6 months from now, it's still going to apply. Not so much about Pisces retrograde if you're not in a Pisces retrograde, but about the dreams that you want to create and how to get clear on things. So this weekend, we enter into daylight savings time. In Arizona, we do not change our clocks. So Pacific and Arizona time will be the same. Mountain will be 1 hour ahead of me, and East and Central 2 hours, and then Eastern 3 hours. So remember to change your clocks. Make that your reality. When we first moved here to Sedona, Arizona, I didn't know that Arizona did not change their clocks, and I ran around the house changing all the clocks. I didn't know what time it was or where I was. I missed appointments. It was crazy. Anyway, be well, everyone. I hope this has helped you. Please let me know in the comment section if this is helping you and if you are benefiting by these talks. And I will be back on Monday. Have a beautiful weekend and dream big.